¿Qué tal, chicos? El siguiente video es un video en inglés. Si no sabes inglés, mira, pícale aquí. Está la traducción al español. Pícale, o que te lo traduzca al español. Algunos videos tienen subtítulos en inglés, así que bueno. Y bueno, si viven engañados, su sistema educativo de gringo es malísimo.
Not just China, but the rest of the world has a phrase for us. We are a third world country with a Gucci belt. Have a video go viral internationally? People from all over the world were commenting that. All over the world, they've been saying that about us.
Lo que está pasando ahora con los estadounidenses que se están yendo en calidad de TikTok refugees a la red social RedNote o Yahoo está siendo increíble de acompañar y sinceramente es el choque de realidad más inesperado de la historia, creo yo. Por un lado tenemos a los estadounidenses teniendo una crisis existencial porque se acaban de dar cuenta que todo lo que su gobierno por años les dijo sobre China era mentira, que era todo propaganda anti-China, anticomunista, antisocialista, y que la vida en China es increíble, las ciudades son súper desarrolladas, la gente es súper amable, la gente también se dio cuenta de que la calidad de vida en China es muy superior a la de Estados Unidos. Y la crisis también viene porque se empiezan a preguntar, ¿realmente somos un país del primer mundo si vivimos en las condiciones en las que vivimos? Y por otro lado tenemos a los chinos también, que, bueno, como no tenían mucha interacción con estadounidenses, han aprovechado esta interacción con los TikTok refugees para hacer preguntas que pensaban que eran propaganda anticapitalista por parte de su gobierno. Y comenzaron a preguntar cosas como, oye, ¿es verdad que ustedes pagan por usar ambulancias? Y la gente en Estados Unidos, sí es verdad. Y los chinos, no puede ser, pensamos que era propaganda del Partido Comunista. Pero no es cierto que ustedes pagan impuestos cuando ya compraron una casa, ¿verdad? Porque si no, esa casa no sería suya. Acá en China no se paga impuestos. Y los estadounidenses como, no, pues si pagamos impuestos. Y los chinos se están dando cuenta que su gobierno no les estaba dando propaganda anticapitalista o propaganda en contra de los Estados Unidos. Les estaba diciendo la verdad. Les estaba diciendo las condiciones de vida en un país capitalista. Y se han dado cuenta que está súper bien donde están. Y los estadounidenses se han dado cuenta que su gobierno solo les está mintiendo cada vez más.
You're telling me that in China, a communist country, that I could go there and buy a home, like I pay the mortgage, and it is mine. Mine. For 70 years, that is my property. I don't ever have to worry about losing my job, getting sick, or just not even being able to pay the bills. It's mine. And then when that 70 years is up, all I have to do is renew the property tax for a small fee that's nowhere close to the amount that I would have to pay in America. Wow, what a concept. You're telling me that the only property tax that they pay on their vehicles is a small vessel tax that is attached to their insurance that they pay? What a concept. You're telling me that public spaces such as museums and zoos are free because it's a public space? What a concept. You're telling me that you can work a part-time job, and as long as you don't make over 5,000 of whatever their currency is, that you won't be taxed on it? What a concept.
The funniest part is American citizens wouldn't even be talking to Chinese citizens if the US government didn't try to ban TikTok because they claimed TikTok was going to push Chinese communist propaganda, right? And then a bunch of Americans went and joined an app specifically designed for Chinese citizens that was cleared by the Communist Party of China. And then suddenly we have cross-cultural exchange between American citizens and Chinese citizens. American citizens start to realize that Chinese people are people. That honestly, it feels good that some of y'all, I know you don't travel, but you're like, oh my God, look, they have groceries like us. That blew my mind. A lot of y'all were like, they have houses like that. It feels weird. I don't know what you thought they were doing in China. Feels weird. But the opposite side of that is the fact that the Chinese thought a lot of true things about us were actually communist propaganda from China. That is they thought their government was lying on us. Like, I've seen the comment sections where people would be like, yo, our government, the Chinese government said that y'all Americans have to pay for your own ambulances. Like, that's crazy. That's like a lie. They're like talking shit on capitalism, and legit Americans have to be like, no, for real, we have to pay for our own ambulances. Like, ambulances aren't free. And they're like, yo, what? Okay, but like that bullshit about your kids possibly needing like a bulletproof backpack, like that's crazy. And we're like,
America fucked up so bad. So I'm over here on Red Note, ni hao, and I'm like making friends with these amazing Chinese people. Their fashion, phenomenal. They're so kind and funny and smart, and their city is beautiful. And I'm starting to understand why our government wants us to stay far, far away from them. Because what the hell? Their nails, their manicures, 500 times better than what we get in the US. Their groceries, better, significantly cheaper. Their vehicles, which are illegal here, $15,000 for a brand new car. Technology that we couldn't even fathom here. They come in cool colors like pink and like all this stuff. Like we could never, right? Ban here. The phone technology they have, it's illegal here. And it's better. And it's cheaper. But what really got me is I saw this guy doing a home tour of his apartment with beautiful views, and it was just a one-bedroom apartment, but he was explaining how, unlike America, once he's paid his apartment off, it's his forever, like until he dies. There's no property tax. There's no property taxes. The government taking TikTok away, they never, oh my God, they never would have thought. They thought they would just shove us back to Instagram and all the other meta platforms. But Gen Z, I love you guys so much. You guys genuinely don't give a fuck. Like no fucks. We're straight to red now. We're like, fuck you guys. We'll learn Mandarin. We're making friends. We're being welcomed. And dude, the conversations, they like feel bad for us. They feel bad for us. They feel bad for us. It's all a lie. It's all been a lie. This is fucking crazy.
I'm just having eye-opening conversations with people on Reddit where I was asked like 10 minutes ago, what do you eat? What do you eat for 3 meals a day as an American? And I had to be like, oh, I don't eat 3 meals a day. And they're like, why? And I was like, well, I can't afford to. I'm single and I work 3 jobs just to maintain ownership of the crappy house that I'm in now. So what I do is I wake up in the morning and I drink a cup of coffee and I take my medication that helps me not want to unalive myself during the day. And that also takes away my appetite. It gives it back for a brief moment, but between the depression and the medication, I usually don't want to eat. So it's okay. It's okay that I can't afford to eat because I don't want to most of the time anyway. And then for dinner, it's it's anyone's game. I take free stuff wherever I can. But most of the time I just try to like get something going in the slow cooker, like a roast and potatoes or carrots, something that will give me the bare minimum of protein and carbs to keep going. And they didn't know what to do with that. And then I was asked, is it true that you have to pay for ambulances over there? Like if you have a heart attack or something, like you have to pay to like be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. And that was an eye-opening conversation because I'm sitting here and it's the 7th year after the last time I was taken anywhere by ambulance, and I never paid that bill because it was for 11 miles and it was $19,000 7 years ago. And I never paid that, so I sort of had an internal celebration when it fell off my credit report, which they don't have in China.
finish your dinner, my Chinese friends, because there are starving people in America.
TikTok is a huge national security concern. I can't think of a potentially more powerful propaganda tool.
Propaganda tool? Did he just say propaganda tool? I'm sorry, sir. I thought the national security threat was in terms of data collection. Here are some fun facts. Instagram, Facebook, Google, DoorDash, and Airbnb all collect more data than TikTok. TikTok has contributed more than $24 billion to U.S. gross domestic product and more than 224,000 jobs to the U.S. economy. Mind you, as of January 15th, the United States is over $36.2 trillion in debt. There are over 1.3 million creators that operate their businesses on TikTok. In less than 24 hours, 3.4 million American citizens volunteered their data to an actual Chinese communist app in protest of their own government. TikTok is not a publicly shared company. Meta is a publicly shared company. Members of Congress who voted on the TikTok ban are invested in Meta stock. Meet your politicians. Senator Markway Mullen purchased between $15,000 and $50,000 of Meta shares on January 2nd, 2024 and January 26, 2024. Mike McCall, who introduced the TikTok ban legislation, was a little bit sneakier about it by using his family's trust to purchase his Meta stock. Representative Byron Donald voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 6th. Representative Greg Stanton voted yay and purchased Meta stock on November 9th, 2023. Representative Diana Harshbarger voted yay and purchased Meta stock on March 3rd, 2023. Representative Ro Khanna voted nay but purchased Meta stock on November 7th. Representative Dan Crenshaw voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 2nd, 2022. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 30th. The list goes on and on. You guys can look it up. Members of Congress are actually required by law to disclose their financial transactions, including stock trades, under the Stock Act. Ironically, the purpose of that law is to make sure that Congress members do not make any major decisions if there's a personal financial benefit. The irony of fear-mongering a nation about the threat of Chinese communism by stripping them of their jobs, freedom of information, freedom of speech, freedom of open communication, freedom of discourse, and right to discern propaganda is wild. All while one publicly shared corporation that is notorious for controlling propaganda to literally puppeteer elections by unethically collecting our data lobbies Congress to vote on a ban to continue to monopolize where we receive all of our information. And the Congress members who voted for this monopoly were legally allowed to have shares in the stock! But it's totally normal the CIA lizard dumped $7 million into pushing this ban through because he went on Joe Rogan and talked about jujitsu. As for me, I was a broke singer-songwriter trying to make it in the music industry, and now I am one of those 1.3 million creators that can put food on the table because of TikTok. It provided me with the first equal opportunity platform to show my songs to the whole world. I didn't need to be Instagram famous. I didn't need to be some celebrity's kid. I didn't need to have a lot of money. I just needed to post a video of myself singing to my 140 followers. Thanks to TikTok, I have grown my audience to 14.7 million followers. I've accumulated over 270 million likes and billions of views on my music. I could sell tickets to my shows. I bought my first house from the money I made with my TikTok brand partnerships. My songs made it to top 10 radio because I promoted them on TikTok. I built a community of people healing from eating disorders, and with that community, I was able to stand up to a multi-million-dollar corporation called Victoria's Secret. I got to sing songs with first responders, doctors, small business owners, artists, kids, grandparents, Olympians, magicians, veterans, triple amputees. My TikTok account was not only mine. It was a place for other people's perspectives, for the kid I babysit to confront mean girls in her school. It was supposed to be something that I could show my daughter one day and be like, look, mommy made this. And you can do anything too. You can follow your dreams and you can change the world. This just feels so icky. And now I'm saying goodbye to the future that I built for my family, fair and square, with a baby on the way, so a bunch of corrupt, dirty politicians can feed their babies. Our greatest politicians could be focusing on genocide, poverty, human trafficking, homelessness. It is not about privacy or national security. It is all about control. China doesn't want to spy on people pooping while they watch a Get Ready With Me. The government doesn't even hate TikTok. In fact, most of the Congress members that voted to ban TikTok are actually on TikTok, as are all their spouses and children. What the government hates is losing money out of their own pockets. The government hates losing control of the information we receive. And most importantly, the government hates when we talk to each other.
I've been lied to my whole life, and it's really, really, really embarrassing to be an American right now. It's really painful to know how much of my life has been wasted, and how much money has been wasted and taken from me. And I'm traveling now outside of the United States, and I'm realizing how much better it is elsewhere. And I've only been to a couple countries and different cities so far, but I also am realizing how much we were lied to about China. And I know that we've been told they're our enemy, and and yet we have so many products from them in our homes in America. But it's people around the world can afford to live and enjoy their lives in a lot of countries, and in America we can't. That's why I left. I couldn't afford to live there and not work 7 days a week. And I have been out of the country since September, and I am living comfortably, and I'm not running out of money unless the government decides to take some money from me. I'm okay, but I'm embarrassed. I'm really shattered, and really disappointed. And people ask me where I'm from, and so far I've told people where I'm from, but I always cringe inside, and I'm like, I don't want them to know this. And most people know I'm American anyway, just looking at me. A lot of them say, oh, English? But I haven't said I'm from Canada just because it's hard for me to lie. But I always cringe, and I've met some people who've said, oh, I want to go to America, and all I can think is, oh my God, don't. Just don't. And I'm looking forward to going to China. I was going to go in the fall. It looks like it might be 2026 now. We'll see. But I want to visit it in person. It's absolutely beautiful. I realize that one of the things that's really struck me is, we're waking up. We're waking up even more, and there is no going back from this. Now that so many people have discovered Red Note, and it's all over TikTok now, until they take that away from us, it's just really, it's uplifting because so many more people are waking up to how much we were lied to about China. And yes, I know China has issues as well, but I'm grateful for that because there's no going back. We can't go back now. And the government can't lie to us anymore. And we're just going to say, oh, okay, they've lost control of us. And going forward, we're not going to go back to just being subservient and saying, yeah, okay, well, this is the way it is, and this is, we have to do these things, and we have to obey, and there's no going back. And that's the beauty of this. There's no going back now. They can take Red Note away from us. That can be destroyed. We'll find another way. But we have communicated enough on TikTok, and we're communicating enough on Red Note now. Thank God that our eyes are wide open to how much we've been robbed, literally robbed of all our money. And, it's not a quick solution. We've done a lot in a few days, and I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm on Red Note, and I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to continue my travels, and my eyes are going to open even wider. And, I hope that one day I can proudly say, yes, I'm from America. I want to live long enough to be able to proudly say, yes, I'm from the new America, the really free America. And I know it's going to happen. I just hope I live long enough to see it. That's all I got to say right now.
So now we know why America didn't want us to see what was going on in China. And if you don't know, head on over to Xiaohongshu and check out those grocery hauls. Red Note. Go to Red Note and check out their grocery hauls. And if that's not a slap in the face for you, look at how much they spend on healthcare. Look at how much they spend on rent. We looking like a big joke in America. And if you want to get technical, somebody that just started using Red Note from America asked one of the Chinese people to tell them a joke. And you know what they said? Americans think that they're free, and we're really not. That hurt on every type of level that can hurt on. Are you serious? It makes sense now why they want to ban apps, why they don't want us knowing certain things. Look how these people are living over there, and then look at us. And not saying that that place is better than over here, because I wouldn't say so. But what I'm saying is, look how we have to go so hard over here. Minimum wage is how much? $7.25. Who can live on minimum wage in the United States? I'll wait. We don't own no land in the United States. Shit, we don't own anything in the United States. Scrolling through, seeing another video. This guy said he is spending $80 a month for rent. 80 United States dollars a month for rent. Oh, man. Yeah, this shit is way bigger than a TikTok ban. Way bigger. America, you got some explaining to do. We want to know something.